Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to our Office of Federal Assistance virtual open house. I hope everyone out there can hear and see me okay. We are just doing a really brief open house, so I'm going to keep our intro really short and sweet. Again, good morning, and my name is Kristen Stout, and I am the director here at the Office of Federal Assistance. But before we kick it off, let's just go over some basic typical presentation housekeeping items. First, this presentation is being recorded, and the recording will stop before we go into the Q&A session. So if you are a little shy or hesitant about asking your question out loud, you won't be recorded on that. But also, we also have the chat feature. So during today's brief presentation, if you have any questions that you'd like to drop in the chat, we're hoping to be able to spend a little bit of time at the end of our presentation today to go over those. And for those questions that we don't get to, of course, we're going to answer them, where our goal is to assemble all the questions and answers that were done today and then send them all out and have them posted on our website. And then also, please remember to keep yourself on mute during the presentation, just putting it out there. And then at the end of today, you will be receiving a copy of the PowerPoint presentation. So if you are an avid note taker, you don't have to take so many notes. If you don't want to, we will send out the slides. So hopefully most everyone has trickled in. Again, we're just doing a real brief 30 minutes of this, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get it started. So today's agenda, I think everyone's pretty curious. It's like, who are we today? So I'm going to give you the origination of our office and an introduction to the team here at the Office of Federal Assistance. And next, we'll go into our department operations and responsibilities. We're going to have a quick overview of our federal assistance notification form, the notice of funding opportunities, our grant matching program, how we provide support and resources to you all, as well as an introduction of the pilot program for the U.S. digital response. And then we'll take it into our future plans for this department. And you can see a whole list of things of what we are planning to do. So heading on in. So the Office of Federal Assistance, who are we today? So our department was created with the passage of AB 445 in 2021. So we transitioned on July 1st of this year from being what we were known as the Office of Grant Procurement, Coordination, and Management, or the Nevada Grant Office, and we were housed under the Department of Administration. So with that, we are now our own standalone agency. We're a department. We're under the governor's office. And what did AB 445 do? And it directs us, the Office of Federal Assistance, to do some of the following. We're to identify methods for expanding federal assistance, streamlining the process for the acquisition of federal assistance, and the effective administration of grants. And we're also tasked with identifying opportunities for coordination between state agencies, local agencies, tribal governments, and nonprofit organizations to avoid duplication and to work on achieving some common goals. And then we're to have the improvement of tasks in the administration of grants. And, really important is to maximize the amount of federal assistance received by the state. And then also we are tasked with the performance metrics and targets relating to obtaining and maximizing federal assistance, which is really important when we get to the reporting portion of this presentation, as well as, identify, some best practices for responsiveness to grant opportunities. So continuing on with who we are today, we're also to do the following. We're supposed to create and post a state plan for maximizing federal assistance. So again, when the request for information and data is one of the tasks that this department is directed to do, is we're supposed to put together a plan. And then also we administer the grant matching program. It was formerly a pilot program, if you were aware of that. And then we also oversee and provide support to the Nevada Advisory Council on Federal Assistance. And then also with the AB 445, we are to oversee a statewide grant management system. So meet the team. So I've introduced myself. I'm Kristen Stout, the director. And then next we have Mel Evans. She is our senior executive grants analyst. We also have Terry McBride, our administrative assistant 4. And then we have our 3 executive grant analysts. We have Kylie Howard. She focuses on our communications. Nicole Kelleher, she is our grant matching program manager, also our technical assistants, wizard and guru. She's fantastic, as well as Maida Sanchez, again, technical assistants on par. And she's also the USDR project manager, and also assigned with the data analyst in the metrics that we are needing for our reports. So right now, for this portion, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to kick it over to Terry McBride, our administrative assistant, and she's going to go over the federal assistance notification form for you all.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Terry McBride. I think that a lot of you probably have seen my name in emails and responses to your reporting activities, and I'm delighted to see so much interest in this morning. So I want to quickly just go over the reporting part of our office functions. The notification form. Our federal assistance notification form is used by state agencies because agencies are required to report to the Nevada Grant Office during each step of the federal grant award life cycle. And that includes the intent to apply, notifying us just before you send in your federal application, when you receive a grant award or a non-award, and then oftentimes another part of the life cycle is post-award amendments, changes to scope, supplemental funding, or maybe a change in the time period that the award is being spent out, and then award closeout at the end of your grant life. The reason we do this reporting, the regulatory authorities that require this are 3 main things. At the federal level, we have Executive Order 12372, and you will see that often cited in federal applications as you're filling out your form and pulling together your documentation. We provide documentation to comply with that. NRS 232.225. And finally, in the State Administrative Manual 3000. Why we report? Well, as Kristen started to say at the beginning of this presentation, it allows for us to compile data as directed by AB 445 and the governor's office. The goal is to increase collaboration and minimize duplication of efforts. We want to streamline the processes and remove barriers to applying for and receiving grants, and then at the back end, managing those grants. And finally, provide transparent, accurate data regarding federal assistance in Nevada. And once again, a reminder how to report. You can access the federal assistance notification form at our website at ofa.nv.gov. Please update that. I know several of you are still going into the grants.nv.gov, and we've changed the web page domain. So please make a note of that. When should you do it? Again, throughout the entire grant life cycle. And when you're intending to apply, fill out that form. If you've been awarded a grant, fill out that form. If you have a post-award amendment to the grant, fill out the form. And finally, fill out that form the final time when you've closed it all out. And to reiterate, that form complies with the state of Nevada grant policy, single point of contact. We are the single point of contact for the state. And that includes the 88-GP04 intergovernmental review of your federal applications. And that is cited in that executive order 12372. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Terry. Okay, so next I'm gonna kick it over to Kylie Howard, and she's gonna go over the notice of funding opportunities.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kylie Howard. I have a background in nonprofit administration and arts and cultural advocacy. I'm so excited to serve as a communication point of contact and liaison for the office. One of the biggest things that our office does is we share out when pass-through entities in the state have funding available. And so if you receive a grant that you are subawarding, please make sure that you go to our website, ofa.nv.gov, and complete our really quick and easy notice of funding opportunity. That way we can post it on our website and share it out so that more people can have access to it. Coming soon, we've got a couple of improvements to the website I'm really excited to share. We will be improving our notification of notice of funding opportunities reported to interested stakeholders, both yourselves and other entities seeking maybe subaward programs. And then we're working on improving the highlighting of these notice of funding opportunities on our website. So this will happen in the next couple of months. Please stay tuned. Again, bookmark our new website, ofa.nv.gov, to make sure that you are staying up to date with all the exciting changes that are coming. And I'm going to pass it over to Nicole. Thank you so much.
Hi, good morning, everybody. So my name is Nicole Kelleher, and I manage the grant matching program, which is really an amazing program that is pretty unprecedented. And in all of our homework, we haven't seen any other state operating a program like this. Originally, it was known as the Grant Matching Fund Pilot Program and became permanent with the passage of AB 445. Basically, the details are that our grant matching program is available for state agencies, local agencies, tribal governments, and nonprofits applying for federal funds. These are new federal funds that you're applying for, bringing in fresh dollars to our state. When those federal funds require a matching aspect, for example, an 80-20, our program is able to assist you with half, up to 50% of the 20% required match, so up to 10% in that particular example, after you've exhausted all other opportunities to gather as much matching funds as possible. That percentage can change if you're able to get more matching dollars than you expected, and we only need to assist with 10% or less. We can do that as well. The program awards cash match, again, up to 50% of the required match for your federal opportunity prior to receiving a award. The funding that we receive is about $1 million every year, and we take these applications on a rolling basis. And in the event that somebody has applied and they are dog-eared to receive those committed funds, if the award falls through, we have a queue and we would be looking at the next person in line. So keep that in mind. If you have questions, please go to our main website, the ofa.nv.gov, and there is a link for the grant matching program that details all of the eligibility criteria and more. You're able to reach out to me at any time as well if you have any additional questions that the website is unable to answer for you. Next slide, please. Additionally, I help with support and resources, and not just me, our whole entire team. So we have a small and mighty team with a diverse background of experience. And basically, if we can help, we're going to help you guys. We have a heart to do that. And we are building and creating resources and trainings as quickly as we can, and want to make sure that we roll them out effectively, and help you out as best as possible. In the meantime, we have had many people reach out to us, and we have been able to create targeted assistance packages. And I'm happy to share that everybody that we've assisted with so far has been very thankful. So you can email us at grants@ofa.mv.gov, and at that main inbox is where our entire team has access to. So in an effort to better serve you, in the event that someone is out sick or out of town, if you email that inbox, you will always get a response from one of us on the team. And then based on what your questions are, we will kick it to the person who has the most knowledge or experience to help you.
Great, thank you, Nicole. So next I'm going to send this over to Mayita Sanchez, and she's going to give a great overview of the U.S. Digital Response to USDR, our pilot program that we have just launched.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Mayita. I've been with the team here since January. Very happy to see everybody on the call. We are very excited to be rolling out a pilot with U.S. Digital Response. We will be working towards automating the discovery and identification of federal grants in the state to kind of meet that challenge. And to really increase opportunity and collaboration across the state in identifying and applying for different grants. This program, we've already launched it. We're working with the sub-cabinet to kind of pilot that and really kind of understand how to visualize and kind of see what grant opportunities are available in the state and who's working on what. So there will be a dashboard which kind of highlights what grants are available and what agencies are applying for what grants. The great thing is that you'll have access to that. So you'll be able to see what agency has expressed an interest, and then really provide that jumping off contact point if you both want to, or if there's multiple people that want to apply for the same grant. There's a lot of front end and back end stuff that we'll be able to do. We'll be able to basically automate that identification through keywords and searches so that it narrows down and creates focus for agencies to find grants that are very specific to their need. And then on the back end, we will be able to kind of track some of that information, who's applying for what, who's expressing interest in what, and kind of see what we're doing across the state. So again, we're very interested. We will be onboarding our pilot group here at the end of the month with some training and checking in with them. So we're excited to hopefully scale that to the rest of the state, and we will be in touch when that happens. So yes. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you, Mayita. Okay, so rounding this out, I know everyone is very curious about our future plans. So we always appreciate the grace that could be extended to our department. Again, we truly are a new department with July 1st being our effective date. We have a group of new staff that and we're working diligently on our future plans. So one of the requests we get is trainings. So we are developing courses. Those are underway to provide training to our state agency stakeholders. We're hoping for the launch date before 2022 is over. And if you have a specific need, please, again, reach out to us. Utilize that email address. We check it daily, constantly, grants@ofa.nv. So if you have an idea or a need, please feel free to share help us help you. Next, we're looking into the implementation of a grant networking group. We have received some feedback from others in the state that are interested in having this. I think there was one several years ago, and looking to kick this back up. And so we're hoping that's going to increase collaboration, improve communications, and facilitate learning with everybody who is, maybe a seasoned a grant writer and someone who is brand new to it, and we can all work together. And then also, like Kylie spoke to, we're going to be working on our improved notifications for federal award opportunities. We're going to implement better and more frequent notifications. I know that has been an ask of our department, and we are very aware of it, and we are working on it. Next, we're going to be updating, improving our website. We're going to add more resources. We would like to upload our recorded trainings that we have. So if you've missed it or you have a colleague that wasn't here yet, you know, we would like to be able to have that so anyone can access it 24/7. And again, if you have an idea or a need, email us. I can't express it enough. And then also with AB 445, we were directed to implement a statewide grant management system. So currently we just wrapped up a needs assessment. Not sure if any of your state agencies were a part of that, but we got the results and we are working towards getting that implemented. So more to come, and we'll be sure to send out more information and hopefully get that on our website and newsletters and all that kind of great stuff. And then kind of speaking again to what Maida was saying, is the U.S. Digital Response, or USDR, our goal is to finish with the pilot agencies, see how that works out, work out some tweaks and all that kind of stuff, and then roll it out to all those interested state agencies. All right. Okay, and again, remember, update your bookmark. We are at the ofa.nv.gov. Please share that with your colleagues, anybody outside of the state. If you use the old website address, there are some links that don't work anymore. So please, we've shifted domains. This is our new web address. And again, our email address is updated as well. Feel free to contact us, email us if you think of a question after today. Please, we want to hear from you, definitely. Don't be shy. And that is the end of the presentation. Looks like, whew, we did it. Left some time for some questions. If there's any, I can't see the chat box. So right now I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to stop the recording. So if anyone wants to speak, they're not being recorded.